Hello traders, this is Mac Billion. Today is March 21st, 2017, and let's talk about the market. Let's start with the spider. The spider is the S&P ATF, and you can see here today we have a major move. The spider breakdown major Fibonacci extension 235. It was moving between 240 and 235 for 2 weeks. So finally today it break down and it looks like it's heading to the 227, which it was resistant for 2 months. So now it's gonna offer a lot of support there. 231, I don't see a lot of support there. I think it's gonna go to 227. The other thing that calls my attention was today volume and the DMI crossover. When there is a crossover on DMI, it means that a lot of traders, big traders, went short in the spider or sold the spider. So that's what it means when the directionals move. Only big money moves the directional. So for here, I say that it's gonna go down to 227. So it's a signal that the stock market is gonna correct a little bit because it was moving very nicely for many months. So now it's time to correct a little bit. Corrections are good. Corrections are good for us, no bad. So finally we can move and we can trade high probability because everything we were trading right here inside this this, let's say, a rectangle, it was just low probability because it could go up or it could go down. So let's see what happens. Let me show you others. Apple looks different, still bullish on DMI. It failed at 142 and it looks like it's holding the 5 simple moving average. Calls my attention this major gap right here, and you know what I say about gaps. They act like magnets. So eventually everything that goes up is gonna snap back and it's gonna close this gap. So watch out here if you're long. It's time to take profits. 139 is support, and then the major support is the 133, and closing the gap will be around 122, 121. For now, I wouldn't say it's bearish because it's bullish on DMI, but I'll say that it's the market being broken now. This thing is gonna look to close this gap. Now let's talk about AMD. AMD didn't confirm the breakout yesterday, but it's still inside this triangle, and you have to respect this support in the triangle. If you break down below 1324, you have to respect that and you have to get out. And I'm talking about short-term traders. If you are a long-term trader or investor and you're holding stocks, you're fine. This stock is bullish. Long-term is bullish. Short-term, it might, if you break down here, I'm sure it's gonna go to 1253 and it's gonna bounce because the stock, if you see the whole picture, is bullish. But for now, short-term trade, you have to look at this support. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about CAT. So CAT looks like it bounced from this major multi-year support, but now it's gonna go back to the support. If you break down here below the 80, let's say below 90. If you break down below 90, this could be a very good short trade because this is multi-year support and DMI is bearish. So look for a good trade here if you break down below 90. That's the key number. Write it down. Facebook looks like Apple, bullish on DMI, strong. You just had a bad day today. Nothing to trade. Just keep watching because I don't see anything here. Now let's talk about the IWN. This is the iShare results. Support at 133. That's the major support. If you break down below there, this is the major support right here. Then I would love to go long if it goes to 127, 126, because this is major support. For now, it's bearish, but it's not strong. It's gonna go slowly. It's gonna go slowly to 126, 197. Huge volume today. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Below 133, it can be a short between 133 and 126. Now let's talk about Lulu. Lulu is looking to close this gap, but it's doing it slowly. I'm looking for a big candle, like these big candles right here. but it's still looking. I thought it was going to happen today, but it's just went up 1.3%. So let's see if we can get a big candle and close this gap so we can get out of our position and take profits. Starbucks test this resistance right here, near Fibonacci 56.69. I think it's gonna fail and it's gonna go down to 52. I am holding puts in this one, but if you break out about 56.69, this thing can go easily to the top around 58.59. So let's see what happens. For now, it looks, and the DMI is neutral because the directionals are together in the middle. Finally, Tesla. A lot of people bashed me, mocked me a couple days ago when I said, this doesn't look good. This move right here is gonna go down. It's gonna tank. And look at what happens today. It moved down. When you share something in social media, you have to accept the opinion of others. You can bash and mock people because they go against your trade. Stop being biased, trader. Stop looking at articles. You know who write those articles or pay people to write those articles? The market makers. They are the ones selling all the calls right here that you bought right here at the top when it was moving about 260. They were selling calls as like crazy. Out of the money calls, in the money calls, and all these people are probably lost or they don't know what to do. So right here you see is this support right here, but we about to get a crossover on DMI, and when there's a crossover on DMI and Tesla, this thing moves faster. There's a lot of support at 245, you can see here, but if you break down below 245, I don't see much support until 223, 225. Major support at 185. So this could be a fun trade if you break down this support, because, and I said before in my last videos, every time Tesla goes to 284 and it fails, it usually goes to 185, and it did it 4 or 5 times the last 2 years. So be careful because it can easily go to 185. If you start reading articles that says that something is going to double or is going to triple in the next coming months, be careful because I know who's writing those articles. People are paying for those articles and then they sell the calls and then you lose your money. Traders, if you have enjoyed McBillion, this is a great opportunity to join. One-time payment and you can become a member, receive my alerts, my mentoring, my online trading course, and you can trade with me for life. This is everything for today. Trade on.